My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast, and I told him that this was for me and my daughter, and that if he wanted some, he needs to cook for himself. He's acting like this not cooking for him thing is brand new. I gave him a list of things that I don't do the day that we got married.
There's a trend of women putting videos on the internet where they're disrespecting their husbands. This lady's husband gives her a little surprise she didn't see coming. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my freedom-loving friend. This is where we call out lies, hypocrisy, corruption, and help spread the light of truth and freedom because truth conquers. So, in this trend of women, not all women, some women, men do stupid things too. This one's about women. Women using, well, attention-seeking behavior on TikTok to do just that, get attention. And one of the ways they've been doing it, which isn't necessarily a positive trend, at least for them, gives us positive content, is they disrespect their husband. Where men and women who have sane minds watch that video and say, I can't believe she'd say that about her husband to the world. Not to him. Not even to him in a respectful way, not even to him in a disrespectful way, but emphasizing the disrespect where, yeah, I'm telling the world, here's how crappy my husband is. Or he's perfect, but he's a piece of crap anyway. Now this lady, she's taking things to a new level. But unlike some of the content we've covered in the past with wives doing extremely disrespectful things via videos to their husbands, this husband perhaps gets the last laugh. We'll see that in a second. But first, here is this charming lady's video where she is aggressively stating she refuses to cook for her husband, and she gave him a list on their wedding day of things she won't do.
My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast, and I told him that this was for me and my daughter, and that if he wanted some, he needs to cook for himself. I told him I was not going out of my way to make breakfast for him. This is only for me and my daughter. Like, if you're that hungry, there's a McDonald's down the street, or there's eggs in the fridge and there's bacon, and you can make it yourself.
I love that. I'm not going out of my way to make breakfast for you, even though I'm making breakfast. So here at face value, we would say this is just unkind behavior. It's not even, hey, it's a woman's job to cook for her husband. It's not that. It's just like, you're already making breakfast. Therefore, making breakfast isn't going out of your way. It's actually, well, directly in your way. Adding a couple extra eggs or whatever you're making would be the only consideration. So at face value, I would label this, it's not empowering, it's not anything other than very deliberate unkindness.
He's acting like this not cooking for him thing is brand new. I gave him a list of things that I don't do the day that we got married.
Now, my only question is, that list you gave him the day you got married, was it before you got married or after you got married? If it was before, that might be kind of like, hey, it's time for me to do some running intervals in that direction. If it was after they got married, then, you know, she got him.
And he was okay with it. So what's the problem now?
Sounds like the list was probably given after they exchanged vows.
I told him, if you don't want to cook, you could wait and see if there's any leftovers. If there's leftovers, go ahead and eat. If there's no leftovers, then I'm sorry. You're going to have to figure it out. But I am not going to cook for you. It's not my job to cook for you. I'm sorry.
It may not be her job to cook for him, but she has to go more out of her way to not cook for him if she's already cooking for her and her daughter. Like, she's making a video explaining why she won't cook for him because she won't cook for him. Like, this is way more out of her way than it would be to cook for him while she's already cooking. Again, not man or woman thing. If a guy's cooking for him and their child, it would be incredibly unkind, inconsiderate, him going out of his way to be a deliberate a-hole by deliberately not cooking for the lady.
And then on top of that, I'm doing scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. No, I'm sorry. That's too much work for me. I'm not going to do it. Plus, he's so picky with his food that he might as well just cook it himself. So like that, he doesn't have nothing to complain about.
Now, before we get to the little surprise that her husband had for her, I would say that if he does cook for himself, based on how she is in this video, he'd still have some things to complain about. We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first I want to tell you about red light therapy, what it does for me, and how I incorporate it into my life. I actually have my Bond Charge Supermax red light panel right by my desk at all times, where I'm getting extra doses of red light throughout the day while I'm working. And personally, I've been feeling such a profound difference from red light therapy, where I would normally just do my morning stretches in front of my Supermax red light panel, that I wanted to get more out of it. That's why I moved this bad boy up to my desk so I can do even more red light therapy throughout the day. Not to mention the fact that red light therapy also helps with wrinkles, headaches, healing, relaxation. It even helps with low testosterone. And in fact, I love the anti-aging effects of red light on my skin so much that now I'm doing nightly sessions with the red light face mask. Red light therapy has absolutely earned its spot on the Mount Rushmore of the health and biohacking worlds. And Bond Charge makes it easy with a variety of red light therapy devices, from handheld devices, the red light face mask, all the way up to the red light Supermax panel. To easily bring the profound benefits of red light therapy into your life, go to bondcharge.com/jpreacts. And for 15% off everything Bond Charge offers, use discount code JPReacts. And all Bond Charge products are HSA, FSA eligible, offering you up to a 40% tax-free savings. That's bondcharge.com/jpreacts. Now, I gotta get back to the video. Now, about this video, someone online posted this: young liberal women are statistically the unhappiest and most mentally ill demographic in America. I have multiple mental health disorders, and I hate everything about my life, but trust me, my beliefs are correct. Everyone else is wrong. Yeah, so this is feminist, aka liberal women's empowerment, which means just behave in a terrible way and pretend it's empowering for you. Where normal people look at, wow, the more I contribute to the betterment of people around me, the kinder I am, the better of a person I am. But the feminist version is like, no, the more inconsiderate you are and the meaner you are, the more empowered you are. Now, this lady's lucky husband had a little surprise for her following her relatively viral video announcing she won't cook for him, even if she's cooking, and she gave him a list of things on their wedding day that she won't do, which, by the way, wedding vows are all about what you will do for the other person. This lady took the opposite approach. But here's the follow-up.
So my husband decided to drain our joint bank account and leave me after so much controversy on my videos.
Yeah. She didn't see that coming.
So on my main page, I made a video about how I didn't want to cook breakfast for my husband because I didn't want to go out of my way from making scrambled eggs to making a fried egg for him. And I said that he could do it himself. I don't cook for my husband. I never have, and I'm not going to be starting today. I'm sorry. I guess he got, wind of the videos, and yeah, he drained our bank account, and he has told me that I have to leave.
Now, there's a potential little plot twist in this story we'll get to in just a minute. But first, before you get all sympathetic towards the husband, he ain't exactly a Medal of Honor husband. Here's a video of her talking about how he refused to get her a Christmas gift.
Well, for Christmas, we always let our kids open everything first. And then I give my husband his gift, and, he opens it. Oh, thank you, whatever. Then he gives me mine. And this is what it was. It says nothing.
He got her nothing, but not like a regular nothing, just way more deliberate. I'm going out of my way to give you nothing, because this useless thing literally says nothing. Maybe they deserve each other.
Of nothing is yours to discover. Nothing for the person who has everything. Like, this is the meanest gift anyone could get.
But there's some gift-giving hypocrisy in her life. Here's a video where she's talking about how she refused to give a gift to her stepson.
So I didn't get my stepson a graduation gift because he is not my child. And I truly know that sounds so harsh, but when I married his dad, I was told time and time again that I was not his mom.
Now, I'm not anybody's mom either, but I still give people gifts, even though I'm not their mother. So at this point, you're probably saying she is no peach, making videos, talking negatively about her husband, posting those online. Then you might be saying, well, he doesn't sound like a peach either. Maybe they deserve each other. Maybe they deserve not to be with each other. They probably could each do better. I would agree with that. But here's a little potential twist in the plot. After I watched these videos, which were going around online, just her, I refuse to cook for my husband. Because that's a little trend. I look on her TikTok account, and here you see she has over a couple 100,000 followers. Then the description of her account: point of view storyteller, skits, satire. And that had me thinking, oh, what we just watched, what I just watched, what a lot of the internet is buying into as a real, just crappy wife portraying herself online, was that just satire? And then I saw this line underneath the description: entertainment purposes only. So while it's a little unclear, it would appear as though this lady is satirically mocking other women on TikTok who we've done reaction videos to before, where they're just proudly stating, I will not cook for my husband, even though he's a great guy, loving father. Last year I threatened to leave him. Women who are actually dead serious and lack the self-awareness to know how disrespectful they are and how poorly they come across to anyone other than the feminist community. It appears as though she's mocking them. And I would just say, if that's true, she is doing it rather well, very convincingly, where a lot of the internet, including myself and maybe you, were convinced like, wow, she is just being serious, because she is doing such a great parody of how some of the TikTok community, women's empowerment, is actually just being serious. So is she doing satire? It's not completely clear, but for the love of God, I hope she is. It appears as though she is. She's fooled a lot of the internet. She fooled me. I still thought this was a fun little batch of videos to go through, because a lot of women are just dead serious. You can check my reaction channel. We're documenting some of it. But anyway, let me know what you thought of this and her most likely satirical takes of other women on TikTok in the comments, and I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. But until then, stay free.